Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. Today is May 28th, and surprisingly, I never did a video for today's anniversary. So we're going to skip a day of covering Tim Pool's interesting pro-life, pro-choice discussion. And we're going to look at one of 17 deaths at the National Abortion Federation flagship member, Family Planning Associates Medical Group, which is the largest chain of for-profit abortion facilities in the world. So documents indicate that 37-year-old mother of two, Josephina, died after an abortion at a Family Planning Associates Medical Group facility. Josephina's survivors filed suit against owner Fastedy Allred and 5 other doctors, which indicates that they didn't even know, a woman and her doctor, a woman and her doctor. Well, she didn't even know who did her abortion. You had to sue to find out who that was. That's a whole lot of doctor-patient relationship we got going there, huh? The family said that staff failed to determine that Josephina had an ectopic pregnancy before proceeding with a routine, safe and legal abortion by D&C on May 28th of 1985. And, this is something, the National Abortion Federation did some mock trials, some mock malpractice trials, to see which arguments would seem to hold water to a jury or not. A jury of abortionists, vehemently pro-abortion enough to be members of the National Abortion Federation, totally found against any abortion doctor who failed to diagnose an ectopic pregnancy. They just uniformly held that there's no excuse for that. It's to be expected. You should be screening for it. So this isn't me saying, oh, Family Planning Associates screwed up here. This is something where a jury of abortionists would find fault with them. So, failed to determine that this was an ectopic pregnancy, and after her abortion, Josephina was left unattended in the recovery room where she hemorrhaged and she died the day of her abortion. And this is another thing I keep pointing out, that once the abortion's over, it's like the abortion facility just completely loses interest in the woman. And I said before, I think this is a huge part of the reason why abortion advocates don't want there to be any requirements that the abortionist have admitting privileges at a local hospital, because as far as they're concerned, when the abortion's over, their responsibility is over. Compare that to pro-life centers where they typically follow up 2 years after the baby is born and indefinitely after an abortion. They provide post-abortion counseling. Pro-lifers brought Suzanne Logan a communication device and visited her in a nursing home. It wasn't abortion advocates doing that. Once the abortion's over, she's out of sight, out of mind. So there really was no reason for them to let this young woman die and leave those 2 children motherless. And as I said before, she is one of 17 women I know of that died after abortions at Family Planning Associates Medical Group. And if you follow the link to her story, I have the other 16 women's stories that link there too.